Popularity rank. I'm so popular. I ended up standing out more than I expected. Gained a lot of interest, but I don't consider this part of my mission to aid the prince.
Just a sec.
Oh, what's with this thing? Is this our carriage? Shall I just run her along the main road then? The others seem to be doing as much. You're just as crazy as this runner. I'll take the compliment, little lady. Now let's have some coordinates for a little test run. What is happening right now?
Let's see.
We want to go to a place called Martira, Old Castle Town, I think. Should be a way south. It's a lot of campsites.
Let us hurry.
Wooden Border 4? Alright, we don't need to go back to any of
Let us
those.
Hold on.
The desert camp.
Let's see here.
That's the first camp on the road to the Martira from Grand Trad. Okay, but like,
Whoa.
what's the point other than the fact that they're just showing me how far they are?
Hold on.
What?
Martira, here it is. On this craft's legs, I'd say that'll be 4 days, 3 nights about.
Oh.
4 days and 3 nights, that's a great deal faster than the carriage, and surely the roads will be safer at that kind of speed. Valley good. Now cinch those britches, chaps. Why do you talk like this? Full steam ahead to Martira, the old castle town. Okay, now I understand. We're gonna skip over time now. What's up, Raptor? Welcome to the
This is
stream.
amazing! I don't know a thing about gauntlet runners, but even I can tell this is a hell of a craft. I can hardly believe she's ours to drive.
You're telling me, lad? Feels like ages since I've been out on the open road. This girl's been waiting long enough for her time to shine.
So this is what you use to talk with the driver? Convenient, that. Look, old fellow, are you really on our side? You realize we don't have funds to pay you.
I don't know, sure, that grin said otherwise.
Money? Ha! I'm not in this for the money, boy. What I want is a little gusto. What do you think, lad? Isn't this a rush?
It is at that. Like riding the wind.
That's the ticket. It's been so long since I've had a good chin wag.
Brilliant, isn't it?
I mean, like, I can't deny it. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You've a good head on your shoulders, boy. Yes, I can tell you're a sharp one. Where to, ladies? The world is our shellfish.
You certainly are a different person behind the wheel.
Hey, Hulkenberg. Can we get an explanation yet?
That man is Neuras. An Ishkia, if 'twas not obvious from the wings. And despite everything, he was heir to a noble house and personal machinist for the royal family.
What?
He's a master engineer, of course, positively peerless. But as you can see, the runners get him a bit excitable.
Noble District Underhall.
Neuras? Are you there? I'm coming in.
And you know it's an Atlas game when there's been over, or specifically Persona, when it's been over an hour and I have not done a single fight.
Even amidst all this commotion in town, I find you buried in your work.
Too much to do.
As always. To business then. I must ask a favor. Would you be able to ready a carriage for me?
No new commissions. No time for them. Ask another right.
It is not a new one I require. Before His Highness disappeared, did you not accept a contract to build him a custom carriage? Without a formal owner, I reasoned that it must now lie unused. I was hoping I might borrow it a short while.
Pish and tosh, woman. She is for royal use and naught else.
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. But I'd not be asking without a grave need. Might I at least see it?
I mean, well,
'Twas specially made for His Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where lies it now?
I've deadlines to meet, dash it. Off with you now. Leave me be.
You've been acting stranger than usual. What ails you?
Whoa!
Good God. this? A gauntlet runner? The very craft commissioned for His Highness the Prince? Even knowing His Highness was gone, still you toiled away. Oh, Neuras, you are an inspiration. Such nobility of purpose.
Yes. Right.
However, for a craft meant for the royal family, it is rather excessive, isn't it? Did you really build this vehicle exactly to their orders? You cannot mean...
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the blueprints exactly. But then His Highness died, and... well, I couldn't just let the old girl waste away. A masterpiece like her? Collecting dust in storage? No! Unacceptable! Unthinkable! I'm working toward a dream. And this poor old girl is going to help me see it through. And then, finally...
You imbecile! A lowly, brazen court engineer, butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this mania! You embezzled the royal treasury and disrespected his legacy! Treason!
Off with you! Off with his head!
Mercy, please! Look, take my head if you must, milady. But leave the Balliol runner alone.
You would rather me take your head?
Look, this runner... it is fully operational now, is it? Then I suggest you cooperate, for both our sakes. Finish your tinkering by tomorrow and bring it to the Grand Cathedral as soon as you can.
Eh? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier at me and then pluck it for your own schemes?
'Tis no scheme. I would use it for His Highness's sake.
For His Highness, eh? Hold a tick. Haven't you been looking for him? Wandering across God knows where last I heard? So if you're back now and now you want a gauntlet runner for His Highness? Is His Highness still alive? That's it! I've got you, haven't I?
'Twas His Highness who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists. The time has come to repay His mercy.
Understood.
Is that enough? Can this old duck really handle an undercover operation?
Probably not.
I know what you're thinking, but 'tis at least true that he feels an undying debt of gratitude to the royal family.
Pish and tosh, boy. A little faith. Not to brag, but this old duck's craft might be the fastest gauntlet runner in the kingdom. Why, probably the world. I think. Maybe.
How encouraging.
All I want is to push this runner as far and as fast as she can go. Show her off to the world. And you? Well, I presume you'd rather work together than have to walk, eh?
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him. What do you think?
I am quite lucky. I chose luck in the very beginning of the game, so... if we die together.
Well, if we die, we all die together.
He said that so casually.
Ha! The boy's bold as brass.
'Tis not an invitation, you dolt. Eyes on the road.
Either way, he knows the prince is alive, so we can't just leave him to his own devices. We're all in the same boat. Or runner, I guess.
You lot can handle the fighting, and I'll handle all the driving and grease work. Just make sure you've got a proper plan for all this mess now.
This guy's got no filter. But he has a point. We do need to talk strategy.
So, summing up. Our first trial is to slay a monster. We take its head as proof, then get it to the goal line before the deadline. The bigger the head, the better. Our destination is Port Rhylehaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek on foot, but this gauntlet runner should make it a snap.
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. And our target is a nefarious criminal who's been kidnapping and selling off children. Right?
A criminal? Did the task not specify a monster's head?
Don't worry, all part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing. We just need to get Luis's attention. Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight-turned-kidnapper at that. Shows them we're there for justice.
But to deliberately violate the rules, we risk being disqualified entirely. Then again, 'tis just as likely to win the people's attention and thereby Luis's. I do understand the intent. What do you think of this plan?
Well, if nothing else, I trust all of you, I suppose.
I trust all of you completely.
Good enough for me. A captain's got to trust his crew, after all. The bounty's Heismay, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back...
No. His title is precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. And yet, 'tis strange indeed that we are hunting a mere man when the trial demands a monster. Then again, our true aim is beyond the ambitions of any other aspirant. Our fate rests in this plan of yours, Stroll.
Thank you. I'll try to ensure your trust isn't misplaced.
Afternoon.
Right, then our course is set. Feel free to use anything in the gauntlet runner. Even got a bathing room if you could use a wash.
Good to know. We can always look around more thoroughly later.
Yes. You needn't tire yourself out before we arrive.
Well, I'm a tinkerer and not much else. All my fighting happens in the old workshop. But I'll take you wherever you're going for your sake and mine. After all, the wilds out there are no berry picnic. Oh no. It's a den of wild beasts and savage scoundrels. And we'll not get past it without days on the road together. So, if you need anything besides a steady hand on the wheel, give me a hoot. Bound to find me in the cockpit or the engine room.
He's certainly an eccentric, but he doesn't seem like a bad person. We'll get used to him, I suppose.
I suppose. I get to move around. The Gauntlet Runner has various areas for different activities, such as strategy room, the lounge, and the kitchen. You can also visit academia by finding more is here somehow. Let's visit the engine room first. Take your time and have a look around here. Never been in the Gauntlet Runner. Kind of want to see what the engine room is like. I think there are some frame drops in this stream. I have the playback on my phone and it's like really behind from where I am right now, and at the bottom left corner there's something going on, so fingers crossed I can just like reset the stream and it fixes itself. Otherwise I don't know how to fix the bit rate. Anyway, YouTube, I had some Twitch issues. I had to splice this in. The runner makes a smooth ride, at least. Eccentricities aside, he certainly earned his title as court engineer. That said, I'm more concerned with his unseen workings. I do hope he hasn't made any dubious additions. The carriage can't begin to compete with the Gauntlet Runner's speed. I suppose they've earned their reputation. I'm in constant fear of losing my lunch is far from ideal, but once I'm used to it, I'm sure the journey will be pleasant. Surely. What's this? There's a map showing the area surrounding our destination, Martira.
Let's see.
I wonder where we are right now. We're at the first campsite. Or we're coming up to the first campsite. Okay, we have to go to the engine room. That's where they want me to check out. A massive door. The door must lead to the end of the Gauntlet Runner. Locked tightly to, yeah, accidental entry. Let me know how stream, like, plays, by the way, if there's any, like, drop frames or anything. But it should be fine. I don't see any issues. It's a bathing room. Ooh, not to mention, y'all, they're unacceptable. Looks fine on my end, though. I mean, for YouTube, it won't be a problem. It's mostly for Twitch, though. But then again, if I'm having Twitch issues, why am I streaming, you know? If Twitch is having issues, then I'm better off not be streaming.
What's this?
Beneath this cloth, there seems to be a big barrel. Wonder what it's used for. Back into the corridor. Engine room corridor. Oh, hey, more. It's poppin'. We just went to academia. We don't really need to right now. I just want to check this out.
This?
Wonder what makes this thing run?
Hello?
First time on the gauntlet runner, huh? Oh, that scared me. Looks like that pipe is in there, too. We're in here, too. Call the runner phone. There's one in every room. I believe I heard you speculating on the old girl's inner workings. Gauntlet runners use magma crystals as fuel to run, you see. Used to be you'd take your life in your hands when you traveled the wilds, and thanks to the kingdom's greatest minds, the Gauntlet Runner was born. The runner's actual legs are based on the colossal beasts, made for zero momentum loss even on the roughest terrain. Among other things, I've modified this craft with a bit more zip and speed, another step closer to my dream. What dream? Long story, my girl. Best told to a captive audience with no plans for the next few days and nights. Never mind then. Maybe some other time. Anyway, still plenty about the old girl that's a work in progress, but by the time I'm done, she'll have some new tricks you just watch. It'll be sunset before long, so start thinking about bedding down for the night. Can't run in the dark, and the old girl needs her rest as much as we do. You'll continue toward your destination while spending time on the Gauntlet Runner. Utilize its facilities to obtain items, raise abilities, or do other things you wouldn't be able to do in town. Use the kitchen, reading books at bookshelves, or using washing machine. More activities will become available over time. You can spend time with your allies while traveling, which may improve your virtues. Ooh. Oh, so no rank ups, just improving our virtues.
Alright then.
A lot of new stuff. Wait, a clothing store? I could change my clothes? It's Neuras' homemade washing machine. Washing clothes can sometimes cleanse the mind. Oh, it's a laundry. This is my max MP. Ooh, so we're increasing stats, not just virtues. That sounds fun. What about cleaning?
Come on.
Cleaning igniter, Neuras modified to create wind that collects dust. Pretty nifty. This is cool. So you can like increase your stats on the Gauntlet Runner.
Go.
I want to see what all these do. I mean, ideally, I choose like MP, right? Cook, you'll need ingredients. Ultimate culinary masterpiece. Oh, nice. Lots of recipes. Want to make something? If so, we should have everyone teach us the culinary special. I'm not sure if it's going to raise my tolerance or not. I kind of want to raise my MP, because raising MP would go hard right about now, actually. Hey, Stroll. Oh, I feel drunk. Are you okay?
Sorry.
I'll survive. I can handle the swaying of a carriage, but this hits another beast. Seems I'll need to learn to... Oh, are you, We're not on the sea, so not seasick, but you probably have some kind of motion sickness.
Speaking of...
Classic. Neuras said you got the kitchen up and running. If you're hungry, would you fancy a meal? I hardly consider myself a chef of any great skill, but Stroll said he wanted to try some of the recipes he learned at the Hush Bee Honeybee. Okay, cool, but hear me out. What's this? Seems like a book to really expand the mind. Imagination. I mean, I guess I should raise my imagination, but I'm gonna be real with you. I think I want to get some MP.
Let's go.
I would really like to get some MP right about now.
Understood.
Okay, let's. Wait, hold on. Someone else's laundry's in here. I'll go get them and they can do laundry with us.